This is another thing I wanted to talk about, which is this is the US D.O.G.E. Very, very good for basically knowing how much money is being spent, how much debt there is and everything. But basically, I just wanted to get in touch with the US national debt is almost at $37 trillion. So the US is at negative money, like logistically. And this is how much money Doge has actually saved us. It's almost at 92 billion. That is insane because Trump got elected like what was it, like nearly 3 weeks ago, and it already did this much. Like, you know, this doesn't fix every problem we have, but it does fix a lot of them. And the more Doge checks into it, the more possibility we have for paying off debt. Not only that, but increasing the lives of civilians too. Because what happens is with debt, a lot of the debt is owed to investors in the US. And the moment the US can't pay back the investors, what happens is they'll stop investing in the country and they'll move their money somewhere else. And if they leave and do that, guess what happens? The US dollar plummets because we don't have money. But it's one of those things that is realistic and a lot of people don't actually care about. But it's like you, if you had this much debt and you were basically going in the negatives, eventually you would have to go bankrupt and lose everything. Except in the case of the US, if the US goes bankrupt, every dollar we have will be worth absolutely nothing. And once that happens, either China or Russia, well, most likely China, will, you know, have a chance at taking us over because our money isn't worth shit anymore. Once that happens, everyone's lives is fucked and everything. This is why I really like Doge. Doge is doing as much as it can to get rid of a lot of the government corruption and a lot of the bad decisions they made. And if this is what they could do literally in 3 weeks, imagine what they could do when they investigate Social Security, the military, and all of these other big government things that they haven't even founded yet. Not only that, but Doge tells us exactly what money they found, exactly what it went to, and exactly like the receipts and everything. That alone tells you that a lot of people in the government for years have been laundering money. Like, for example, news media sites laundering money, like a lot of policies outside of the US that have nothing to help us with. And this is one of the things that actually truly does matter, because the moment this number gets too big and there's nothing we can do about it, there's only 2 ways to fix it. Either print out more money, and then every dollar you have costs less than it used to yesterday. So let's say tomorrow instead of paying $15 for a pizza, tomorrow you have to pay $35. And guess what? You're still making like $17 an hour, meaning that now you're gonna have to work a little over 2 hours to buy a single pizza instead of before where it was just 1 hour to buy a pizza. That really does hurt people and affect them. But yeah, this is why I like Doge, and we need to continue Doge helping the government to lose debt, because the moment the government crashes, we crash along with it.